Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. A Pakistan Army Lieutenant Colonel and a sepoy embraced martyrdom after a suicide attack targeted a security forces convoy in Bannu district. The ISPR said the attack occurred during an intelligence-based operation against militants, including a suspected suicide bomber. During the operation, a vehicle-borne suicide bomber was intercepted by the leading group of troops. Following an intense exchange of fire, 5 militants were killed. However, the attackers rammed an explosives-laden vehicle into one of the vehicles of the convoy, as a result of which a lieutenant colonel and a sepoy were martyred. Iran and the United States are sliding rapidly towards military conflict as hopes fade for a diplomatic solution to their standoff over Tehran's nuclear program. Officials on both sides and diplomats across the Gulf and Europe say that Iran's Gulf neighbours and its enemy Israel now consider a conflict to be more likely than a settlement, with Washington building up one of its biggest military deployments in the region since the invasion of Iraq in 2003. A source familiar with the planning said Israel believes Tehran and Washington are at an impasse and is making preparations for possible joint military action with the United States. The US military has said that it struck a vessel in the Eastern Pacific, killing 3 men, the latest such incident in recent months. President Trump's administration has touted its success at taking out suspected drug trafficking vessels in the area. The military said in a post on X, the vessel was engaged in narco trafficking operations. The United States Supreme Court has struck down President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs imposed under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, ruling 6-3 that the 1977 law does not grant authority to levy such duties. The opinion, written by Chief Justice John Roberts, upheld a lower court decision and handed a significant setback to the president. However, President Trump moved swiftly to replace tariffs struck down by the Supreme Court with a temporary 10% global import duty for 150 days and ordered new investigations under other laws that could allow him to reimpose the tariffs. Trump signed executive orders to impose new tariffs starting on Tuesday under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974, partly replacing tariffs of 10% to 50% under the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act that the top court declared illegal, and ending collection of the now banned duties. Moreover, Trump will travel to China from March 31st to April 2nd for a highly anticipated meeting between the leaders of the world's 2 biggest economies, a trip announced as the Supreme Court overturned Trump's sweeping tariffs on imported goods. A White House official confirmed the trip just before the highest US court dealt Trump a stinging defeat by striking down many of the tariffs he has used in a global trade war, including some against rival China. British police has said they are contacting former protection officers who worked for King Charles's younger brother, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, urging anyone with allegations of sex offences relating to Jeffrey Epstein to come forward. A British official said Britain's government would consider new legislation to remove the former prince from the line of royal succession once the police investigation into his ties with Epstein is over. The official said any changes to the line of succession would require consultation and agreement with other countries where King Charles is head of state. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.